Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Tarot Spinning. My name's Kathy and today we're going to do a reading for the new moon. So seeing the new moon is when we can't see any moon in the sky. I've got 3 black stones here and I'm going to pop some cards out here and find out our oracle cards. So just do a crystal card just for a bit of added interest. Shuffle them the other way, they're a bit trickier. Just get some cards for the new moon reading for the 10th of June. I just had a bit of a look. That is an Apache tear. That is black onyx. And that is obsidian. So, first reading is obsidian. And the next 2 we shall do. But I'll get these cards out. And now we're doing some cards for the new moon. And these cards are the Moonology cards. And then we just go to the Queen of the Moon. Okay, Queen of the Moon, Oracle. And then we'll find out which deck you end up looking at. Okay, this is for reading 1 for the new moon. It's a piece of black obsidian. These are your cards. Okay, we've got a Kenite, which is past life patterns, all chakras. Look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. And assessing, which is card 9. Card 30, card 9. So with this aconite crystal, it's about past life patterns, and it's good for all chakras, as they're virtually saying, but if you're going to use it holistically. But with the past life patterns, it's a pattern or a belief, and if it's not your actual belief that's formed from your own thoughts, this time round it's past life. Because of the past life patterning, it's usually more to do with the past life or lineage, so it's things that come through, handed down through the generations. So if something pops up in around the new moon, because the new moon's about like intentions and starting and looking at it's a starting point for the next couple of weeks into the beginning of that cycle before the full moon comes for the release. So with this past life patterns, I feel like it's time to investigate and see if there is anything that comes up around you that you feel like it's not serving you anymore. It's some old pattern, or it's an old way of thinking, it's just an old vibe that's generally a vibe. You've got to look at the bigger picture and assessing, so it sort of goes into that where it's a little bit of inner work, where you're probably having a bit of a think about things inside, how they're playing out, and how it's serving you in the next cycle of this new, the next cycle to come in is when the moon cycle starts with the new moon. That is always the intention set and the starting point to move forward into those next couple of weeks until the full moon hits, then it's the release. So I feel that you would be definitely looking at letting something go or letting something be gone that was and has had. I think it's been around you for quite a long time, maybe all this lifetime. But I think on some level you can feel it's not really your, it doesn't feel like it's your actual situation. It's a reoccurring, it's exactly like the ring on this card. That's how I'm just thinking, and that's how it looks. The cycle comes round and then it finishes, and you think, no, it's gone, it's over, I'm not repeating it, and then it comes in again and comes round. Now, how often it happens? Once a year, once every 5 years, once whatever. It's a cycle that you're not very happy about, this cycle, when it does come in. And it could be a thought pattern. It could be an actual set of events where you set yourself up and this cycle goes around, but everyone's going to be different, because depending who's watching it as to what they've got in their life, it feels like a pattern that, it's not a pattern you like for sure, because that's why it's come up for you to look at it. So it's something that you're not very connected to it on some level, because I feel like it's from past lives or past lineage being handed down. And it's just this energy, it can be, there is situations out there where you can go and get people to remove the past lines and the past lifestyles and lines, but it all comes back to personal choice, free will, all that sort of stuff. You'd have to look at how and what you think, how you're going to solve it, or how you're going to get rid of it, because they're giving you this opportunity now, saying with this on the 10th of June, you've got a time to assess and look towards all this. And looking at the bigger picture, you can sort of get out past it a bit. If you lift yourself up out of it, you can sort of look down and think, right, I'm going to get rid of it now and be free of it. So we'll get into the tarot and move forward, babbling on. Got the Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands, and the Eight of Wands. So straight away you've got two tens here, so that it comes straight in with the ending of a big cycle, being it's a 10, the numerology. Ten of Pentacles is quite a good situation with the family. Like, it sort of feels like it's to do with the family home, the family assets, the home, a family business, even the family car. It can be something to do that it's owned by, like a lot of people use the one thing. It's not just one person owns it, like it's a diamond ring and it's on their finger. It's more to do with an asset. And there's been a lot of hard work has gone into obtaining this and having this around you. So whatever this energy is to do with, or this energy is about to be coming in, maybe you've always longed for a home, or to have to put down roots and to have your own place to call your own, because it's coming in really quickly. The Eight of Wands is very fast-moving energy. So we'll get a few more cards and see what else we can get. Yep. King of Pentacles, Two of Cups, and the Strength card. So with that King of Pentacles, it even feels more like securing a loan, a business loan, a home loan, a brand new car, whatever it is that's you know, tugging on your strings at the moment to look into or go towards. But maybe this, we'll see where this past life pattern might be coming in, that you don't usually get, well, you never thought that you would get to have this in this lifetime, or you wouldn't be able, it feels like it's out of the reach. It's out of your reach and you can't quite get out, grab out there and grab it. But this is now saying that this is coming into play in the next, from the 10th of June. If you're not having to release a pattern yourself, I think this might be changing in your favour, for you to realise it can change and things can go your way. Because you've got the Two of Cups here, and the Two of Cups, on that really hard-earned effort to get to where you've got, you're celebrating with, you know, your partner, a best friend, a family member. It's a celebration there, and it's a bit of a, quite happy with your achievement, with what's coming in and what's happened. And the Strength card there is the Eight of Wands, and it has got the 8, which is the Strength card's number. So again, there's a lot of balance with the Strength coming in there, and it's sort of virtually saying that everything's going to work out and go the way you want it to go. You've got the Ace of Wands, Judgment, and the Two of Swords. So moving into the Ace of Swords is truth, justice. It can be destiny, karma, so very much to do with that past life vibe. Now I'm starting to read the cards, I'm realising there's an opportunity that's going to be presented to you around the 10th of June, give or take. Maybe in the 2 weeks following the 10th of June, there's going to be something offered to you that will and can change your life. And it has. This always reminds me of the Fool card. So it's like a new beginning, and even though in the Judgment card it's usually Gabriel blowing the trumpet, bringing the dead out of the earth, so it's rebirth, it's new. So this is what the new moon is too all about. So very much hooking up with that new moon energy. Now the Two of Swords over here, I just feel that you're in two minds. I think when this opportunity or when this situation comes in front of you, I think you're thinking yes, no, humming and hawing a little bit. There's a little bit of indecision. We've got the Queen of Cups, the Hanged Man, and the Five of Swords. Yeah, well here's the conversations all going on. But anyway, Queen of Cups, you got this lovely energy of your intuition and feeling quite happily, you feel like you've made it, or something's given away or moved in your direction or gone your way. The world upside down, the Hanged Man can be about stagnation and waiting because he's chained to the tree and his hands are chained. But also sometimes he can mean just your whole world has been spun on its head. Something quite big come in and changed, and it made you, it's like you're hanging upside down like a child and you're seeing the world from an upside down view. That's the feeling I'm getting off that. I don't feel if there was any stagnation or any delay, it's where you were, and that's moving out now. I feel like this energy is moving, like picking up that Eight of Wands, it's picking up the speed. And you've got the Five of Swords on the Two of Swords, so that is debate, brainstorming, debating. It can be arguments, but I don't feel it's really that heated an argument. It's more, no, we should do this, no, we should do that, no, and it's to do with this decision, what's been put in front of you. This decision's coming in and it's making this banter happen with the people around you because you're trying to nut it out and work out what to do. It's the Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords, sorry, and the Empress. So with these two guys, that is news and information coming in quite quickly, and with being, it's a knight, he's on a broom in this one, but usually he's on his horse, and the Knight of Swords is always virtually flying in like he's on Pegasus. So this moving and this energy is picking up speed. And here's the Emperor, and it's to do with birthing the idea or working this idea out, the situation that's been put in front of you. You could get here, because there's news and information, you could get news that you're going to be a parent. Someone around you is going to be there's a baby, put it this way, whichever way that fits into your world, you'll know, because the news will just pop out of nowhere and they'll say, oh, or you'll know yourself, you'll find out you're pregnant, your best family, friends, whoever, somebody in around you could be pregnant, or it is what this was looking like, is the birthing and the brainstorming that goes into that idea. But it's quite a big decision around this situation, so it is on some level it's going to be your baby, even if it's not an actual physical baby. This idea is going to be your baby that you're going to decide to go and do or to step through and into. So we'll grab out some more cards. We're going to go with the Deviant Moon. See, we've got a moon reading happening. We'll go with the moon cards. Get a little bit more cards for reading one, please. A bit more information. We've got cards dropping and flopping. Okay. A bit more for reading one. And I've got the deck upside down, but that's okay. We might stop there for a minute to see where we end up. Okay, what do we got? These guys. We've got quite a lot here actually, so there you go. Okay, Six of Swords. The Knight of Swords with the Knight of Swords. Well, there he is. He's on his dragon on that one, but it's the same energy where it's fast-moving energy. Four of Pentacles and the Hierophant. Got the Five of Swords, which we had over here, and the Queen of Wands. So, with this situation, hanging this back over the top, it's a passage away from difficulties. There's movement and going forward. It's fast moving, it's coming in at you pretty quickly, and the Four of Pentacles is an increase in the abundance or in material standing. So to me, I read that as being, things have picked up and gone into your favour. Maybe something, you might get your house valued and it's worth way more money than you thought. It's something like that. It's something that it's usually to do with, it sort of can do with the home. It always feels like it's to do with the home or business. And you've got a bit more money than you did have, or something's worth more money than it was. You got the Hierophant, the Five of Swords, and the Queen of Wands. So with that Hierophant, it's usually a formal gateway in your life. So being it's usually the formal gateway, it can lead to marriage. It can be starting a career, starting a course of study, or going into study something or learn something to better your work situation. Here's still the energy's still a bit, energy's shifting and pulling and twirling every which way, because there's a bit of brainstorming still going on trying to work out the details of it. But it's not, doesn't feel too nasty. It's just generally people trying to work through a situation, how they're going to go about it all. And your Queen of Wands, she's the fire sign. She's virtually in the abstract, she's the countryside. She can be about a bit of luck. She can be a bit lucky too, but she's a go-get-it attitude. So she's, you know, no mucking around, get up and go. There's the Devil, the Moon, and the Nine of Cups. Well, the Devil is what the Devil is just the doubting devil. It's always the doubt, which way to go, what to do, because it's all with this Five of Swords energy where there's a lot of toing and froing and trying to work it all out. Then you've got the Moon. Something is, you either got to go into your intuition and think about this decision a bit, or you've actually got, there's something else that needs to come out and you need to see, and it could be a bit like a bit hidden. There's a bit more information that might come through. We'll see what we get with that in a minute. And the Nine of Cups, it's still a very celebratory, happy situation that's playing out. There's nothing really that negative about it. Then we've got the Three of Pentacles. The Six, that's the Lovers. And then you've got the Nine of Swords. So Three of Pentacles is increase. It can be artistic, like learning or doing art. It can be home improvements, or anything to do with decorating and all that's like, you know, all that sort of stuff. And then you've got the Lovers sitting on the Moon. So with the Lovers, if it's not a couple with this, because we did have that formal gateway here, somewhere there was the, I don't know, somewhere under there was the Hierophant, that could be a couple that's getting married. I said the Lovers, I've got it all wrong, I've just looked at it again, sorry about that guys. It's the Four of Wands. So I'm counting those posts there in the background and I just realised it's the Four of Wands. So very much can be the home, which is what was hidden, is to do with the home. So with this situation, I think it can be a marriage, an engagement, a celebration, a home warming, a housewarming party, maybe buying or selling a home, all that sort of vibe's still there in that. And then we've got all the significant asset that you might be looking at changing or going in and around. If it's nothing as big as a home, it can be a new car or a different car. And then you've got the Nine of Wands, is a bit of worry, but we've also got death. So with death there, any of that worry, death would overshadow that energy well and truly. I'm going to grab my moon. Somewhere they're hiding here. Hang on. Knock things around. With death, it's the end of one cycle and the beginning of a whole new cycle. So there's quite a big past life pattern or something that is coming in that is about to change. I feel like it's quite a big change in this life. It's quite large. There's the Two of Cups again and the Eight of Wands. So it comes in very quickly, and there's that celebration, same as what we had up the top there. There's a bit of celebrating going on. I'm just going to ask, we just get one card only, just for death, please. Even though I feel like death's a really good omen in this one. Got the Devil again, okay. We don't want to stick with the Devil because it's just doubt, which we know it was in the reading was doubt. Six of Cups. So the Six of Cups is and can be catching up with somebody from the past, family, friends. Someone or something from the past could be coming back, or something you'd wished or dreamed about when you were younger, you might have an opportunity to do. So let's still see if we can get any more clarifiers for the Death card at the end of the read. Queen of Cups, intuition, emotional contentment, and the Queen of Wands. And we've had both these girls out there. So water signs, fire signs, countryside. And we've got the same card again, which is the Hierophant again. And we've got Death with Death. So I'm going to stop pulling little cards out because we can't seem to get, we're just getting the same readings coming out now and repeating. So there's no more news to add to it. The last card that you got was Death, and the last card I pulled out was Death. So Death is quite, I always look forward to Death in a reading myself because it is the ending of one cycle and the beginning of another cycle, and the one constant in life is change, so I don't mind Death at all. These two flipped out, so we'll just pop them out. We'll get one more card for reading one, please. For the piece of tourmaline. Water. Work with the element of water for healing, purification and refinement. So if and when there's any stress or worries, water's the way to go to help clear that energy and move it through. Bathing, showering, swimming, soaking in a hot bath, flotation tank, whatever you can get to. If you get any sort of stress or worry with that Nine of Swords, water's the way to go to help sort that out. Then we have perseverance, the motivation to keep going despite the odds. That's what you have been doing. We had all the Ten of Wands in up the top here. That's what was going on. And fairy magic, respectfully work with the fairies and the elements to achieve your goals. And just because it landed in the middle, the festival creates an energetic blueprint for a fantastic party or an event. So there was quite a bit about the parties in there with that. Four of Wands was a celebration, Nine of Cups was a celebration, and we had one other card in there somewhere else that was celebratory again. But yeah, the Ten of Cups is another. Ten of Pentacles is another one where it can be a celebration with the family, quite good, happy news. Good reading. So yeah, great reading. Reading one. I feel the past life patterns, the Aconite, and looking at the bigger picture and assessing. I feel like there's a really big shift going on in your actual life on a really deep, quite a deep level. So it'll be really interesting in the next couple of weeks to see from the 10th of June for those 2 weeks past that, and then running into the energy past that again to see what actually comes into play. So thanks for stopping by and hanging out. Bye for now. Hi, reading 2. Reading 2, you would have picked this little Apache tier. So I'm going to go ahead and get some cards for your reading for this new moon, which is going to be on the 10th of June. And we're going to get something for reading 2, please. What do they need to know for this new moon? We've already been there and done that. That's reading 1. Okay, this one now. Calcite, calmness. We've got a time for healing and beginnings. It's quite beautiful. That is card 8 and card 2 with beginnings. So calcite, calmness, time for healing, beginnings. So with this card, there's a beautiful, well, it looks like a portal, but it's a gateway, and this gate here is quite different to what's through the gateway, so you're going to be stepping through a gateway into a new beginning. There's a new opening up, a new beginning coming into your life. It's going to be quite warmly received, the time for healing and calmness. It sort of gives you that feeling that this is going to be quite a nice beginning. You're going to be quite happy about this coming in. So with this new beginning, and in this beginning there is going to be a bit of a time for healing will come into this beginning, because when this energy starts to change and move through that doorway and through that gateway and into another place and another time, and you're not going to be going into a dimensional portal, but you're definitely going to be changing your routine. I feel like there's a big change coming in the routine. With the calcite, because it's sort of to do with calmness, I feel like you could work or have some calcite around you to help you when you feel a bit stressed, because like any change, it can get a little bit stressful because it's a difference of routine. Change is part of life, but it can sometimes be, it can just bring up a little bit of fear. So it can be a little bit of anxiety and fear can pop up. So with that calcite, it's just telling you to go with the flow. Try not to control things too much. If you're having to do a lot of things differently, try to just, oh, okay, we're doing it like that, and just cruise along. Oh, let's get rid of that. It was from reading 1, I just saw it sitting there. So reading 2 is the Apache tear, so yeah, you saw me just grab that. Whiz off that bit of obsidian. It's all good. Just saw it there and went, oh. But anyway, back to where I was, going sideways. I feel like there'll be just a little bit of the hiccup here and there at this beginning because of the change, and it's quite a big, significant change. Just surrender. Just remember to surrender and just let go and just go into it. So we'll get some tarot out for reading 1. Sorry. Reading 2, the Apache tear. Reading 2, the Apache tear, please. What can we get for reading 2, please? This is for reading 2 for the new moon energy coming on the 10th of June. Anything else for reading 2? Something trying to click there, but there we go. Knight of Swords, King of Pentacles, 10 of Swords. So straight away, that's fast moving energy, and it's news and information coming into your life. The King of Pentacles, he can be an earth sign man, but this one feels very much like it's to do with the home, the business, your house where you live, or where you're moving to, or anything to do with that feeling. It's sort of, yeah, I'll go a bit further and we'll see. 10 of Swords is the darkness before the dawn, so it's that little bit of anxiety, but it is the 10, so it is the big ending of one cycle and the beginning of another cycle, which is, we've already talked all about that. 9 of Swords, 2 of Cups, the Empress. 9 of Swords is definitely to do with a little bit of anxiety and just a little bit of overthinking things, a bit of mental overthinking, which is we were talking about with the calcite, to be a bit calm. There is a celebration here, so seeing the 2 of Cups are sitting on that King of Pentacles, it's something to do with money, business, loan, home. Maybe you were applying or trying to buy a home, you've been trying to get a loan for something, making or starting your own business, moving in a direction where it's quite a big gateway, so I feel like it's something quite big. And with the Empress here, that's the birthing of something new. So either this could be for some people that they are about to become a parent, because that would be that really big beginning that we're talking about, that can be quite a little bit scary at times, because you don't know how to walk that road until you actually are walking down it with your shoes off. People can tell you all they want about how to be a parent, and you can read all the books you want, but it really comes back to you've got to live it. So that can be that bit of fear that I was saying. And just being responsible for a little person, that can be scary too. So, and if it's not a baby, it's birthing an idea. It could be getting, because I'm just looking at the dogs there, or the cat and the dog, you could be getting your first time you're ever getting a pet. This doesn't feel that's a little bit, not saying it's not a big deal, but this feels bigger than that. It wouldn't be. I don't feel it's to do with the pet, but whether it's something to do with being a business to do with pets. I'm not really sure. There's just something there for pets. I'm not sure what that's popping up, but goodness knows. You've got the Temperance, the Three of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune. So quite a lucky break, guys, with this beginning. It feels quite auspicious. We've got the balance of Temperance, which is to do with this calcite crystal again. So it's sort of saying to, you know, meditate, take some downtime. When all this energy is running and all this beginning is happening, don't forget to pull yourself back into a quiet place and have a bit of a, you know, do something that's just for you, like a quiet, go for a walk on your own, meditation, relaxation. Like I say, go and get your hair done, or get a massage, or whatever floats your boat, really. Three of Pentacles, it's an increase on some level. It can be home improvements, extra money to do with the home, something to do with the home, or to do with creativity, because we were saying about a business before. This could be a business where there is some creativity involved, or you're having to be a bit creative with how to decorate the look of the building, or you know, all that sort of stuff. And the Wheel of Fortune is just quite a big wheel is turning, and it's turning, you know, it's coming up trumps for you, it's turning in your favour. You got the Two of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, and the King of Swords. So Two of Swords is a little bit of in two minds and thinking in two places at once, and just a bit of indecision. So that's quite alright. Big decisions, bit of indecision, that can be, just goes hand in hand. The Ace of Pentacles is a new start with money, income, an opportunity being presented to you, someone offering you something to do with your money or income, an offer on a home, an offer, you're making an offer on a home, you're getting an offer for a home. It looks like it's something to definitely do with money. Maybe you're starting your own business or career. And see, here's the legal. So this King of Swords is to sort of say, look at there'll be a bit of legal, or to keep an eye on the documents, and the fine print he's pointing at. With his sword, he's pointing, that's the thought, pointing at the books there to say, you know, make sure that the books are all in order. You got the Ace of Cups and the Chariot, or guys. It couldn't just read out any more exactly as we've been talking. The Ace of Cups is the Holy Grail. You can be holding on to something that you've been, where she's got that magic swirling around her hat, and it's something you've been wishing and hoping for a long time. Or it's something that you're secretly in your heart of hearts, you've been waiting for this to come. So if it is to do with the baby, you could have been waiting for a long time to have got into that position to be able to have that baby, and now it's coming through. And the Chariot is, that energy is just moving along and flying off in the direction that it's going into, this beginning and this new start that's coming in, the new energy that's pulling it in. And it's good, solid energy. It's quite positive, quite strong. And with the Ace of Cups, like I said, the Holy Grail, you're virtually, you know, it's a pinnacle in life, quite a big point in life where you're quite happy to look forward and say, wow, this has happened, or it's happening, you know, we're here. Anything that's really come up as a slight warning is to take some time out for healing and calmness. This is for reading 2. We're getting some cards for reading 2, please. There, we've got 2 million, too many. I'll keep going. Reading 2, please. Reading 2, thank you. Okay. Let's see what we've got now. there's your Nine of Wands, Nine of Swords, sorry, Ten of Wands, and the Eight of Pentacles. So with that energy, that's that little bit of worrying, a bit of concern. And we have the Nine of Wands back up, I keep saying Wands, the Nine of Swords back up here. So there's a little bit of that tired and stressing, because I keep saying Wands, so I'm going to add that in because I've said it twice now. So that's a little bit of exhaustion. I feel like there's a bit of exhaustion around somebody with this. And being with the Ten of Wands is sitting beside that Nine of Swords. It's the end of a cycle, and it's been a hard slog. It's been a fairly hard slog to get to this point where you've gotten to on some level. Physically or mentally, it's been quite a bit stressful. And here's the Eight of Pentacles. So here's to do with the apprentice, the mastery of usually to do with making money. And it's the ideas with this card. It's especially got all the clockwork. Everything looks like. Got the sun. You got the sun there, which is quite a positive emblem with the sun faces. You got all the dials, all the cogs in the machine are suns, and they're turning in your favour, and things are going in your favour. But I feel like the cogs could be turning in your head about how to make more money or how to work out something to do with some part. If whoever's this reading was to do with the business, this is the thinking, the brainstorming that's going into the money side of things. We've got the Nine of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, and Judgment. Okay. Put them all down. King of Cups, the Moon, and the Six of Swords. Push this up. So, even though the stressy card there, that bit of worry, the Nine of Cups has come out over the top of it. So the celebration and the happy side of this outweighs by far any of the stress. Nine of Pentacles, well, he's quite slow moving energy, but in this one he just comes in to say that he's a solid foundation, and he's a good omen about money and making good choices with your money and making good choices that are going to benefit you down the track, and probably even your family. It feels like it will be, because the family, he is waking up to a whole new way of life. With the Judgment, where they're waking up and it's the dead coming out of their graves. So as you can imagine, they've been for a bit of a dirt nap. Now they're getting up and going again. But even in this Judgment card, somebody there is holding a baby. So again, there could, because I had the Empress back there, there could be somebody out there that has, this is to do with having this big beginnings to do with a baby. Not everyone, but somebody for sure. I just noticed it again. King of Cups. So he's to do with, because he could be a water sign, a male that's a water sign, which is Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Or he's also in the abstract form. He can be to do with the theatre, fantasy, movies, going to see a play. It's all that sort of vibe. So if there's anything to do with anyone having anything to do with the theatre, it's very much in the arts, in the world of the arts, art galleries, any of that stuff. He's quite a auspicious omen for that energy. He's quite a stamp of approval for it. And then you've got the Moon, which is the intuition. And the Moon can be a bit mysterious, things that are a bit hidden. But in this one, it's the Moon reading, so the Moon came up in the last reading too. So with the Moon reading, I feel like the Moon's just coming in to say, hey, go with your gut. If there's any decisions, go with your gut instincts, especially to do with this money or career stuff. And the Six of Swords is a passage away from difficulties. So it's moving, the energy's moving and moving you out of where you were into somewhere different. So there we've got the Seven of Swords, Nine of Cups, Strength, Queen of Pentacles, and the Three of Cups. So Seven of Swords, it's sort of to do with energy, and this one particularly will be to do with energy because of that calcite card, and it can be the theft of energy or time. So if you're feeling your energy or you feel like you need some time out, that's just coming in to tell me that you need to take note for burnout, for the reason of burnout. You don't want to burn yourself out if just too much is going on. You need to make sure you're resting on and off. Nine of Cups is that celebration yet again, which is just here. Three of Cups, which is, as you can see them all toasting in the picture, it is a celebration again. Queen of Pentacles, she's to do with some treating yourself to something that you don't usually do. Would be, you know, you've got a bit of money extra and you're sort of going to shout yourself something. And you got the Strength card. So the Strength card just comes in as a positive omen to say that you've got the strength to go forward and do all this new situation that's coming, which, like the first reading, was quite exciting as well. So with this second reading, it seems to be a new beginning is going to come into play, or this energy starts on the 10th of June and it runs out from there. So from the 10th of June, you're going to have a new beginning is going to appear for you. This is for reading 2. Put these guys out. I think we might have just the right amount to do. Can we get just one more for reading 2, please? So there's one. Let's just get the others to go again. Yeah, there we go, thank you. Okay, reading 2, please. Oh, I've overdone it now. I've wrecked it. No, it's okay. I'll set it back on now. I just don't want to stop it once it's going. Okay, that's the card for reading. Gee, after all that. Earth. Oh, now I'm flicking it. Ask the element of earth for grounding, stability and strength in times of chaos. So here, this is to do with the calmness card. So in all this beginning, when all this change starts coming in, just remember to either go and get some calcite and, you know, pop it in your pocket, something like that. Just read it, go and Google it and check what to do with that stone. That would be the best way to sort of help. And the grounding, so grounding is going for a walk, you know, sitting out in the yard, in nature, in the garden, putting on some relaxation. You know, you can just Google that too, relaxation music, and just lying there and, you know, doing some breath work. Doesn't hurt either. A little bit of breath work helps calm things down. Remember to breathe when you're feeling stressy. And you've got the Goddess card, healing feminine energy. So the Goddess energy coming in around the reading very much marries up with the baby side of things there, with the Goddess side being that it's very feminine energy. But feminine energy in general is very much to do with the moon. So that's the Goddess is the moon. So in some certain level she is. It's not that that's all she is, but yeah, she can be, moon energy can be Goddess. But it's healing feminine energy, so it's quite comforting, nurturing, and it's like a warm embrace. That's what I get from that card. And then wishes come true. Rapid achievement of your dreams and wishes. So this is this new beginning when it all comes in. It is quite a big deal. So that's it for you, reading 2. Thanks for stopping by. Catch you all next time. Hey, reading 3. If you're reading 3, you would have picked this nice bit of onyx. So pop that up here and we shall spin and get some cards for your new moon. This is for reading 3, please. Reading 3, this is you. Reading 3 has Jade, good luck, heart chakra. Work through your fears, new moon in Scorpio, and growth. So the Jade card is card 21 and growth is card 5. So with that Jade card, it's good luck and it's the heart chakra. So with the Jade card, I'm going to read this piece out of the book. It is, keep your eye out for a lucky encounter, good news, a financial blessing, or perhaps a new friendship. Be thankful for whatever form the good luck does come in. Then we've got work through your fears and growth. So growth is as you can see, there's a big change coming in on you. It's more on a personal level, and I feel like this is to do with working through your fears, is the growth that's going to come through working through the fears. Because when change or anything comes up that's around anybody, things can be like, it can be a bit of a trigger, can get triggered from things. So it feels like as you're working through your fears, if things pop up, you're going to sit down and look at it from a perspective of pulling it all apart and working out what's triggering you and what's upsetting you, and through that comes the growth. But the good luck, somehow the good luck marries in with this situation coming into play. So we'll get some tarot for reading 3, please. What can you tell us for reading 3, please? For the new moon. Reading 3. A couple more cards for reading 3. Reading 3, please. For the new moon. Okay. Got the 7 of Cups. Page of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. So, 7 of Cups is quite a lot of opportunities in and around you from the new moon, from the 10th onwards. There's a few possibilities that are sort of dancing around in front of you, and here you are flipping a coin, wondering which way to go. Now, with the 10 of Cups, it's usually a bit of a celebration around family, or a bit of contentment in around family. There could be some good news, which we said about the Jade being in the form of maybe good news. There could be some good news coming in around that is to do with or from the family, around your family in particular. You've got the 2 of Cups, 10 of Wands, and the 7 of Pentacles. So the 2 of Cups looks like there's a bit of a celebration, and it can be with a romantic partner, a best friend, family. It's someone's toasting or celebrating. It does look like it's a couple, but it doesn't necessarily mean it will be always just a romantic couple. 10 of Wands is a lot of hard work going into something, and here's the Farmer's card beside it. So there's been a lot of energy going in to grow something and to make something. You've been working quite hard to make it grow and make it become something. You've got the 4 of Pentacles and the 2 of Wands. So the 4 of Pentacles would be, without a doubt, the foundations being built. There's a good foundation being built with income, or with a job, or with your business. And the 2 of Wands is looking out, and it's expanding from the 1 to the 2, and it's a win-win situation. So you've got the world in your hand, and from here you can go forward. Maybe through this lucky break, which is a good luck charm. So something lucky comes into play, and whichever way the luck comes, it's going to work out in your favour to help what you're doing, or what position you're in, or where you're moving forward from. So we'll get a few more cards for reading 3, please. Reading 3, a few more cards. Oops, way too many. I'll take the one off the top. Reading 3. Reading 3, please. Reading 3, anything else? Way too many, but I'll leave them because they couldn't even grab them and pull them back, so I'll have to power read some of these to get through them. Okay, first thing we had was the 10 of Wands, which we've got here. So it's still a feeling of a little bit overwork and a bit of exhaustion. There's been a lot of effort going on in behind the scenes. And there is the 7 of Swords, theft of time, energy, theft of money. somebody sneaking around, but I don't really feel like it's a physical person sneaking around. Two of Swords, a bit of indecision, a bit of backwards and forwards. I've got the Page of Wands, the Knight of Wands, and the Three of Wands. So it's all wands, wands, wands. Wands, 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 wands. So with those guys, Page of Wands is some good energy coming in because it's news and information coming in about, and it's change, so it's quite fast moving. And then you've got the Knight of Wands with the Page, so definitely some news coming in around something. Now with this Three of Wands here, he's standing here waiting to see these flowers bloom because he's planted them. The seeds have grown up and they're just about ready to open up and blossom. So in the usual tarot deck, he's out looking at the ocean and his boats are coming into the harbour. The ships are coming into harbour. And we've got the Six of Wands. Sorry, doing this bit today. Six Pentacles and the Fool. We've got the Three of Pentacles and the Three of Cups, which is quite beautiful. But anyway, I don't want to lay too many on top of each other. Six of Pentacles is money given or received. So there's opportunities coming in around abundance given to you, or you're giving it to someone, or you're receiving it from somebody. So it's given or received. The Fool's a new beginning and a new path opening up in front of you. There's a choice, because we had all those choice cards before, there's a choice to sort of move forward into some other new way or a new energy. Three of Pentacles, home improvements, increase in the material is growing. There's a nice little nest egg starting to grow. Doing home improvements, it can be doing art or anything to do with decoration or art. And you have the Three of Cups, which is a celebratory card, being that everyone's toasting, and yeah, in this one they look like they're completely off their nut and having a great old time, pouring drinks on their head. But hey, that's what you do when you're having a good time. Floating around in a fish's mouth, because that's what's happening too. Nine of Cups, another celebration. Six of Cups, the Empress, and the Four of Wands. So with that energy, the celebration continues. That's a bigger celebration with the Nine of Cups. It can be like going out for dinner, having a bit of a party. It's a bit of a bigger celebration. So there's a bit of toasting going on here. That there was quite a few cheers and happiness. Now it's a bigger. It's like that was the first time you heard something and you popped the cork and had a toast, and then now you're organised and have a bit of a party. Now this one here can be an engagement or a marriage. So that could it fit into somebody's place there that it feels right. The Empress has turned up yet again. She's been in every reading, the Empress. So she's to do with the birth, which is the growth. She's to do with the birth of something new coming in. And again, I can't help but say there could be somebody out there that this working through your fears and growth in the Empress can be to do with having or you know, a baby of some baby is coming, or you've found out you're pregnant. Because if you're working through your fears, if you weren't expecting it, there's going to be growth, because that's what happens when you're pregnant, of course. But it also can be a baby to do with like your business, a career, your birthing. It's a brainstorming, and it's the birthing and the working out of a whole new, because you had the Fool back here, so it's a whole new way could be coming in around with this celebrations and the give and take of money. But to ending it off on this, I'll get some mini tarot out, but ending it off on this Four of Wands, that can be a housewarming, it can be a marriage, it can be usually to do with the home, and seeing there's a couple here and they're getting their hands bound with the vine, so that's like a marriage, a commitment ceremony. So there's definitely can be something to do with, and of course we forgot about the Six of Cups. So the Six of Cups there in the middle of it all, and the Six of Cups is family or friends, somebody from the past that you haven't seen have come back around. It can be things you wanted to do when you were a child, or when you were a younger person, you used to dream of doing or being something, and maybe this opportunity through this luckiness is coming into play. It could be starting to turn out that it might be able to come to fruition. Okay, mini tarot. What else can we get for this for reading 3, please? Well, there's some more pretty good auspicious bits for money. You've got the Four of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, which is really good solid foundation, really firm footing in the material world, or getting a firm footing in the material world, where you're starting to get on top of it all. It's not running you, you're running it. You've got the Knight of Wands and the Moon, and of course the Moon's come out in every reading too, because it is the new moon reading. So with the Knight, I said the Knight, it's the King of Wands, and with the King of Wands, he can be to do with, he's a fire sign, fire energy, he's a go-getter attitude, but in this one I feel like he's to do with dreams. It's sort of got, because I always look at that little lizard in there, and it's just, he sort of feels like he's to do with dreams, and with the Moon card in around this, I feel like it's just coming in around the Moon energy, like I said in the other read, that it's a gateway in this particular tarot deck, which is going to be so hard to see it. I'll try and get it to see. There's a gateway. There's two pillars there, and it's an actual gateway that you're walking through and starting and going into a different time and a different space, you know, changing, a bit of a change coming in the life. And all these readings have had the same energy vibe to them, and they're all been different, but they've all got that same energy from the 10th of June. There must be some new energy coming in for whoever's watching these readings. So, looking great. We'll get to Making Magic now, and we'll finish this out. Okay, can we get some Making Magic for reading 3, please? I'll leave that there. Reading 3, please. And it goes from feelings of birthing babies to businesses to the baby could be something you have been developing and thinking about for a long time, and it is, you can actually call it your baby without it physically being a baby as well. I don't know what that was, but I'm just putting it out there because it's flipped over. Well, it didn't actually flip over, it just spat itself out. Reading 3, please. Okay, so, alright, we did 4 for all of them. A wind, 3 rays of light, balancing male and female energies, peace and harmony. So coming into that nice balance, like working through those fears. Balance is going to be key to that, for getting through that part. Labyrinth. Transition to a higher level of being, raising your energetic vibration and enlightenment. So that's to do with that growth. As you grow and as you ascend. This one, again too, a happy working, it's successful career, and it's a happy working environment, pay rises and or promotions. So this could be the situation with all that income and all that, feels like it's something you're doing on your own, but it could be within a structured business that you are getting put in charge of other people, put in charge of a section, promoted to management, and breaking bad habits. Self-acceptance, excellent mental health, and letting go of vices. So this could be even to do with working through your fears. You know, something like giving up cigarettes, drinking, maybe not permanently, but maybe cutting back. But self-acceptance, excellent mental health, and letting go of vices. So you don't need them anymore because you've grown with this growth card and you're feeling a bit more confident within your own boots to not have to rely on some of those vices. But overall, not just on that, overall was a great reading, and thanks reading 3, happy new moon, and catch you all next time. Bye for now.